You got bombers. You got bombers. Let's go.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. They'll run with ETN. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On the set.
On first down, right back to ETN. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The Jaguars at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt, and he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their 25-yard line. Harris starts the drive on the ground. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. This defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
The Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers. Johnson, the man in motion right. first down carry for Harris. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. ETN up the middle. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3.
Touchdown! Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. 20. 10. 5. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Lawrence's throw going into the hands of Williams. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On play action, Lawrence. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne from 8 yards out, and they are able to add on to their advantage. And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
It's brought in by Harris. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Agnew now to return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's going to look deep down the field, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco, and the Jags are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Lawrence will throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Take it in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They go play action with Lawrence. On the move to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. In motion right here comes Johnson. First and 10, here's Pickett. Harris has it over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Pickett now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Third and long for Pickett. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Lawrence. Williams brings it in. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
He's airing it out for Williams.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest, and with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw there hauled in by Claypool.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice gain.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Keenan Allen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the counter, ETN. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Mike Williams,
his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Jags have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again with Pickett. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Pickett will try to throw for this.
And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Jaguars.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get it behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And a little care.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now a handoff coming left, Connor. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The partner under the lights in prime time. This offense, they gave